course, on PROCYON Radio and Television. The program Ground Zero is a program where we, of course, pick up topical issues in the polity, and with our guests in-house and you, the listener, we try our best to give you the very best of it all. My name is Ehis Agbon, and today on the program, we will be looking at basically two items. The first item that we'll be looking at on the program today has to do with, of course, the impeachment of a local government chairman in faraway Ijebu East local government of Ogun State, and also we'll be looking at the rising spate of insecurity and, of course, actions taken by some state executive to cushion or to put some checks and balances in place for all of these. And in the course of the program, we'll open up the phone line so that you, the viewers and the listeners, can call in and also add your voice to the conversation. Meanwhile, to be part of it, you need to go to our social media handles. That's on YouTube. It is at PROCYON RTV. We are live on YouTube. You can watch us live now. We're also on Facebook at PROCYON RTV. For other follows and likes, go to our Twitter handle, Instagram handle, and of course our thread and other social media platforms. All you just need to do is search for PROCYON RTV. PROCYON is spelled PROCYON RTV. That's exactly that's what will give you the platform to talk to us. And you can listen to us on radio for those that listen to Vita FM, or you can go to PROCYON Radio and TV app where you listen to us on PROCYON Radio. Watch and view us on PROCYON Television. And of course, if you go to PROCYONnews.com, you'll also see a media player for the radio and the television on www.PROCYONnews.com. That way, you'll be able to follow us and be part of the PROCYON experience. My guest on the program today is Michael Ode Akatu. He is a gentleman of the press, and he's one that's been around. Mike Ode Akatu, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you, big boss. Listeners, welcome.
All right, not just listeners, viewers too.
Viewers, my mistake. Listeners and viewers, enjoy the food.
All right, Mike.
Yes.
In not too long ago, there were some reports in Ogun State when Wale Adedayo, the chairman of Ijebu East local government area, accused the state governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, of high-handedness, of cornering the local government funds and all of that. And as a result of that, the governor was not too happy and came all out for him, to the point that all the local government in the state had to go to the government house to appeal to him. And sadly, because we featured it on Ground Zero, they prostrated to plead. In the first place, well, for some people, it is their culture. Yes, prostrating is good. But I can tell you, some of those local government chairmen, most likely are his age mates or even older than him, but they prostrated to beg and appeal on behalf of their fellow local government chairman. As a result of that, he was suspended, and just a few days ago, he was impeached by the councillors in the local government council. There were 11 of them. 5 of them voted for his impeachment, 4 voted against, and 1 was absent. And of course, with the council chair, they were able to impeach him. And in the process of that, Wale Adedayo accused the state governor, saying that the councillors were only playing out a script that was written in Abeokuta, and that whatever happens, he has made his position known. The councillors, while impeaching him, said he misappropriated some funds, spent about 5.2 million to purchase 20 chairs instead of 290 chairs and several others. But now, the real issue here is, if there was local government autonomy, will the governor or the chief executive be meddling in local government affairs? And how bad is it? And if indeed Nigeria wants development, don't they think that there should be autonomy given to the local government councils in its true sense? I know that some states have their own unique style of running it, but is that what is stated in the Constitution? We should be guided by the Constitution in everything that we do. That's for the first item. And more details on the second item is that following the killing of a seminarian and burning down of a church, the governor of Kaduna State, Senator Obasani, in a remarkable departure from the example of his predecessor, Nasir El-Rufai, has condemned the September 7 attack on a Catholic church in southern Kaduna and called for immediate arrest of the murderers. The former governor El-Rufai was infamous for incendiary comments against people of that part of the state, and he was severally accused of several things. Now, government stormed St. Raquel Catholic Parish, Kamatan, Zangukata local government area, and set the parish ablaze, killing 31-year-old seminarian Danladi Naman. It was yet another grim development to visit the Catholic Church in Kaduna State. That is the meat of it. The most important thing is that the government has come out to condemn it and also said that they will go after the perpetrators and the perpetrators will be brought to book. And just like it was captured by Truth Nigeria, that it's a departure from the former governor of Kaduna State. Those are the two items we'll be looking at. We'll start with the first one. Mike Ode, looking at local government autonomy, and this particular, we are using Ogun State as a case study now with all that happened.
It's very unfortunate. We have violators of the Constitution as the governors, state governors of individual components of Nigeria, the Nigerian Federation. Normally, the Nigerian Federation is made up of the federal government, which is at the center. It is made up also of the state government and then the local government. And each of these governments derive their power from the Constitution. And the removal of each of these the heads of this government should be as prescribed by the Constitution. But unfortunately, the local government has been at the butt of the violation of Constitution by the governors. You see, you recall under the days of Obasanjo, the governors too were subjected to such kind of measures. If they're against Obasanjo, the federal government, somehow the state legislature will remove them, but they will go to court, and somehow they were reinstated. Now we have gone over that impeachment induced by the federal government as democracy progresses. But the governors have suddenly become the teen gods, emperor, and demigods of their time in their state. And I'll give you an example. Wale Adedayo is just an example of what state governors have been doing. And I'll tell you, immediately Muftang or Muwang of Plateau came in. The first thing he did was he removed all the local government chairmen, despite the fact that their tenure was supposed to run for 2 years. They were constitutionally elected by the same masses, the same electorate that elected the governor. He just dissolved them and asked the police, go there, seal up their offices. And the police did that. But later on, the IG gave an order that those people, their offices should be open and those guys should go back to the chairman and get back to their offices. Governor of Benue, Reverend Father Hysen Alia, on assumption of office, May 29, 8 days later, he did the same thing. He dissolved the local government council. And the chairman decided that, look, we are not going to accept that. We were elected. There was this ding-dong battle. And he used the instrument of the state, coerced them. And some of them went to court. But nonetheless, they remain dissolved. Now, when you look at that of Ogun State, the man in question, Ijebu East local government chairman, shouted that, look, the governor has diverted the funds meant for local government to some other things. And we cannot execute projects. We cannot pay salaries. We cannot do this. We cannot build type C roads. We cannot do a lot of things because the government or the governor has diverted the funds meant for the local government. The local government council, not only in his own council, but for the whole. Yeah. And his counterparts from other local governments supported him, whether he wanted it or not. They supported him. But being the emperor of the state, the governor got angry. And Adewale was suspended. And then the rest of the local government councillors, chairman, decided to, okay, let's go and plead for this man. Let me tell you the fact. If they were not in support of that man, they would have not gone to plead and then bow down for the man. Yeah. Now, you see, whether we are from certain parts of the country or we are from the other part of the country, there's also what, apart from respect for the rule of law, you see, you don't have a situation where an elderly man will bow down or will genuflect before a young man. Among these councillors, we have people that are 60, 50, 17 years old, bowing down to a governor that is older than them, is younger than them. Why? And the meat of the whole thing is, this governor, you did this. And if you did deep, that was what happened. If you did very deep, that is what happened. All the state governors have a means, have the ways of dabbling into the funds, federal allocations, for that matter, subventions that are meant for local government. Now, the federal government has its own allocation. Yeah. The state government has its own allocation. Yeah. The same thing with the local government. And the local government is the closest to the people. So when the funds come, allow them. But the state government has a way of either they will appoint, they will say a capital authority like that of Kaduna. Is it Kaduna Municipal Council or the FCTA, so that it will supervise over all the council and then manipulate. The same thing they do. They either will appoint a commissioner of local government affairs. Are you getting it? And now this local government affairs will start dictating, start doing a lot of things, and then make the local government chairman answerable directly to whereas the constitution has already prescribed that these guys are autonomous. And the means or the way you can remove them actually is through constitutional means, impeachment, just the way the governors are the president will go through an impeachment process. Now look at it. Out of maybe 11, 5 voted to impeach this man on frivolous allegations. Yeah. 4 walked away out of intimidation. The other guy abstained. He did not even come. Are you getting it? And it was still a rushed process. It will not stand the test of time if this man decides to go to court. Yeah. It will not stand. But again, just like the judicial, just like the local government is being manipulated in spite of the local government autonomy, even if they go to court, will the judiciary not be manipulated? Because at the end of it all, there is this project that the federal government frowned upon, eyes on the judiciary. It's like this. Nigeria is fast losing it. And anytime as a journalist, when you deal with international organizations, the first thing they start asking is, how do you view the government, the workings of your government? If you're a little bit positive about it, they start looking at you somehow. If you are a bit, they see you are in the middle, they find confidence in you. Even the media itself, our profession, we are not spared of this manipulative tendency. If you are right on the truth, if you say this is what is happening, if you come out to state the fact, if a governor messes up and you say this governor is wrong, the next thing your colleague will come up against you and say no, the governor is not wrong, you are wrong. And before you know it, if you belong to a council, the council may invite you for a disciplinary action. I'm not saying NUG or any other thing, but You understand? And if not even possible, they may even raise up a family member against you. Like the old days. If I come out and I say the governor of my state has done this, that care is not taken, my elder brother will even come and say, on behalf of the family, we have disowned.
We have disowned him. We are apologizing.
Are you getting it? Now, this man has said the truth. Nothing but the truth. If you look at it, few days before our governor left Kaduna, he came up, first of all, he dissolved what we call the ACDA, the Atiap Community Development Association. And it's still in the court, or the court has revived it, has brought them back. He removed some paramount about two. Yeah. The court restored them back.
Yes, just
yesterday or so. You understand? Last week the court restored, but the other day, the next day, the court brought them back. Why should you be doing, so these governors are like, that's why I say they are like emperor, they are like Nebuchadnezzar. They have this, they feel they have this power, they can do and undo. If you challenge them, in an African setting, a king is a king till he dies. A king believes that he's next to God. But in a democratic setting, you are not next to God. You are answerable to the electorate. Who are the electorate? They are the people that elected you. Now, the closest people that elected you are the local government councillors. Are you getting it? If type C road, these trunk roads are not built, we hold them responsible. We say the government. If markets are not kept clean, the government. If local government workers are not paid, primary school teachers are not paid, you look at them. But a situation where the state government who supports everything, collects the whole money, and then it becomes so that it cannot pay this, it cannot, because they are where they are not supposed to put funds, they go and they put funds. Where they are not supposed to, and before you know it, they cannot pay teachers. They cannot pay this, and then trouble comes.
One funny thing, if anybody was supposed to superintend over the money, it should be the local government.
That is what they're saying.
Then if there's a little contribution that should go to the state for probably some maybe statewide security or development of the capital, but not that the governor should just superintend and decide whatever peanuts they want to do to local government.
Really, if you want to look at what local government autonomy is, look at physical and resource control. It is the local government that produces oil.
Yeah.
It is the local government in Kaduna that produces ginger. It is Shinkafi local government in Zamfara that you have diamond. So at least when you look at those things, when you want to talk about revenue allocation or sharing of revenue formula, at least the local government which produces 50% is supposed to go to that local government for development for the people and the rest, and then the rest 25% also goes to the federal, 50% to the federal and the state government. But in our skilled federalism, it is the federal government and then the local and then the state government, and then the local government get peanuts. And out of these peanuts, the state government will not allow them to eat. And that is why you see the local government councillors and chairmen cannot even pay salaries. They cannot pay their teachers. The only thing, they are just glorified messengers in the big cars, and that is all. They don't do anything else. They are answering. You can see this one now for speaking out, Wale Adedayo, against that one. For saying the truth against his emperor, against Nebuchadnezzar, he was impeached.
Those are very strong terms.
Yes, we have to qualify them.
The correlation is a little bit strong.
Well, I take that back. But for speaking out against the governor, he was removed. And the governors are always behaving like semi-gods. And they should know that this is a democracy. Everybody and I used to tell people, there was a time we had this kind of democracy in Kaduna State. The governor felt he was an emperor. He was truncated up and down his words. But today, where is he? On that day, when Kaduna decided, they voted in three PDP senatorial district cards their representative. That is to show you that. You understand? They hated what the man was doing. They were just waiting, let's teach him a lesson. Are you getting it? He went to the national, he wanted to go and get an appointment there. And what happened? He was humiliated out. You understand? So the ultimate power belongs to the people. You can't ignore them. If you ignore them, you do that at your peril.
Well, you are listening to Ground Zero, and it's coming to you from PROCYON Radio and Television, and of course, in collaboration with Invicta FM. And we have looked at in Mike's own terminology, emperor governors. That's local government autonomy. Now let's look at the 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 Kaduna State governor that has come out to speak against those that killed the seminarian and burned the Catholic Church. And like you said, indeed, it's not really that we get chief executives coming out so vocal and trying to speak against some things that ain't right.
You see, if you look at that piece by Truth Nigeria, I said, in a remarkable departure.
Yes.
Please let me have that piece.
Yes. The governor of Kaduna State, Senator Basani, in a remarkable departure from the example of his predecessor.
You see, that is a good beginning, starting on a strong footing. You see, Truth Nigeria is not a Nigerian paper.
It's focused on Nigeria, but not a Nigerian-based publication.
And they've been mirroring, they've been telling us what is happening. Now, before I go further, the church, the Catholic Church St. Christopher, I was born down in Kamantok by 6 men, and the Reverend Fathers were able to escape while the seminarian was shot. Actually, he was not burnt, he was shot by bullets of the terrorist. And immediately, the governor did not waste time. He went on air. He said, I'm directing the security heads to fish out the perpetrators and have them arrested immediately. And you see, that itself has even assured the citizens of Southern Kaduna that they are part of the government, that the government is looking for them. This is an area that has been haunted, that has been victimized, that has been brutalized by terrorist attacks. They are not bandits. They are terrorists. Bandits are people that just roam around. If they see your property, they'll just collect it, they'll leave you. But when you talk about terrorists, these are people that will come with anti-aircraft guns, will come with mortars, will come with bazookas, will come with heavy, and then they will lay siege, come and then wipe out the whole community. So when you start labeling it bandit, it's not banditry. What is going on is terrorism. And the former administration has a way of belittling or of downplaying the actions of these terrorists and always getting back at the people. Now look, it's either you learn to live in peace with your people, your neighbors, or either you stole this, you did that, and that is why the prisoners are coming. At least if somebody attacks your citizen, first of all, you arrest that person, bring him to book, and then you ask, why did you arrest? Then if the other person is responsible, you bring them to book. This one categorically. Now the new governor is saying that is not my style. And I'll tell you a series of what he has been doing. First of all, when he came on board, he discovered that insecurity is one of the major problems of the state. And I'm saying that without fear of favor. You know me very well. I don't even know the governor, but I watched when he inaugurated a 7,000-man vigilante on local security to complement the efforts of the military and the police in fighting banditry. And I'm sure a lot of them will go to Southern Kaduna. He was able also to meet with security heads, chiefs. And I also watched, as a journalist, I watched when he was even hampering, he was happy that, look, first of all, Taurid Lagbaja, the chief of army staff, was a Kaduna man. He was a commander of First Div. And then Musa, the chief defense, the minister, the chief of defense staff, this one Kaduna. So he was saying that they are now going to leverage on this to bring security to the people. And I'm sure this is a good one. And for him to come out and say, look, I am giving you an order, ASAP, fish out these perpetrators, bring them to book, and let's go move ahead, shows that he's starting on a strong footing. Again, this man, when you look at it, barely 3 months in power, he has met with nearly all the traditional chiefs, religious chiefs, assuaging them, talking about peace and how to bring peace to the community. And he will admit with me that the incidents of violence have reduced drastically. I'm not saying it has gone, but he's talking. You see, when you're a father and you have about 12 sons, and maybe 11, maybe around 6 or 5 are aggrieved, and you are nonchalant, there must always be that tendency of rebellion. But when you are caring and you start looking, okay, sons, this is what is hurting, this is what you will assuage, it tends to mollify and then bring peace. That is what it's doing. Then don't forget again, in a reversal of the previous administration's maladministration, let me say, he came and then he reduced school fees, higher institutions, by 30%.
Yeah.
Now, Kaduna is now competing with Lagos in terms of people, institutions that pay the highest. Lagos has one of the highest institutions, Lagos State University, very, very high. Kaduna State is in that league. Now, when you look at Kaduna State, how many workers do we have? How many people can boast of 500,000 naira in their account when a course is 200,000 to read one course? One of my colleagues was saying, I have 3 cars. I'm sure he's listening. He's a bureau chief in one of these papers. I sold all my cars so that my daughter, who is reading medicine, can continue. Fortunately, she's going to graduate. My son, who is this, sold it. Now, there are hundreds of persons, too, that have to drop out of Kaduna State University, Kaduna State Polytechnic College, because of the increment in school fees that was done by the past administration. Some of them that managed to stay afloat was because of people like Senator La that set up an endowment, scholarship fund, to give scholarship to indigent students, but a lot withdrew. I will only appeal, because some of them still spoke to me as a journalist. They say they wish the governor has reduced it from, the school fees should have reduced it by 50%. We understand that the government needs money too, but the government is there for the people. So that is the appeal. You can see the man has been going around, talking to people, meeting with traditional chiefs, and, he has been talking about peace. He's not antagonistic in any way of people. You understand? And that is a man that tells you that he's subservient to the electorate. Now, if you call his chief press officer, is it Mohammed Shehulawa, he will pick. In those days, who are you to call the commissioner of information? Is it the chief press officer or any person? You call, they will tell you categorically, you don't belong to our group, so we are not going to pick you and we can't speak to you. They are antagonistic of you. But this time, they are, as the head is, so is the, they are very compliant, they are very cordial, so I have nothing but total admiration for this governor. And I hope he will run an all-inclusive government, so that at the end of it all, the citizens, the indigents of Kaduna, will be able to say, yes, really, really, we belong to a state which we will fight for, which we will die for.
All right. You're listening to Ground Zero, and it's coming to you from PROCYON Radio and Television in collaboration with Invicta FM. We'll be opening up the phone lines any minute now. The number to dial is 0809 799 1989. 0809 799 1989. Alternatively, you can also call 0809 464620. That's 0809 464620. Those are the numbers that you can get us on, or you can go to our social media handles on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn. The handle is at PROCYON RTV. At PROCYON RTV. PROCYON is spelled PROCYON RTV, an abbreviated form of radio television. That's PROCYON RTV. That's where you can hit us on various social media handles. We have our first call.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. You're welcome to Ground Zero. Say again.
Hello.
All right, Dave, you're welcome to the program. Where are you calling us from?
Thank you very much. I have a topic to discuss. This is the first one concerning the issue of setting a church and place and giving a seminarian in Southern Kaduna.
That's the second one.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
I was sent the government of the day, that is the state governor to campaign for food. Because what if they don't? We don't pray for people to come up or for something to become a food. We don't want to see those who are having a figure or the better in India. They will come in the very quickly to avoid crisis in this thing. And for the issue of that local government autonomy.
Yes. Ogun State.
This is Ogun State.
Yes, Wale Adedayo.
The local government chairman was a priest.
Yes.
Where people don't like food. Because what you Nigeria is, they always want you to be supporting people. Everybody who will come out and tell Nigerians the truth, they always be at the very end. So every time we start telling the government of the truth. Nigerians are starting to have children as well. I want to come out and make any alternative or anything. We don't need to become a different thing else. Please, we should do something about it.
All right.
We are talking about the autonomy of the local government. They don't empower them at all. They don't give them that right to do whatever they want to do. So what do you bring? So for the man to come out and say this is what is missing with appropriation or diversion of funds, you must have seen them because the waiting woman that was the answer of truth. They are not going to the fire.
Yeah.
Do something about it and address some of these situations. And mostly concerning that cannot be seen. In fact, the government should do something about it.
All right.
There will be peace and stability in this state. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Dave. And if you listen to us, the governor already
7,000 security personnel. He's promising more. He's also promising to work with the chief of defense staff, Musa, who is from that area, and the chief of army staff, David Lagbada, who was once from the state, to make sure that security, especially in the southern part of the state, is enhanced. And I'm sure he's going to do that.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Hello, Mr. Ehis. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Autonomy Abdel Fattah from Kano, Agbon Street.
All right, Otumba, you are welcome.
Yes, I greet your good guest.
Thank you.
The issue of this local government autonomy, it is not today that we have been saying advocating for this thing. But you see these governors, almost all of them are just teen gods. They take themselves as they are just teen gods. They operate as if, what they want. If you are not in their camp, then in fact, if they don't enter, so many things. You see, Katsina State during Masari, and when he came in, just because I was about to run to court, fight for them. There are so many things that we need to do with constitutionally. With my local government, to me, I think they should be running the same 4 years, and not 2 or 3 years. The local government, the government should not decide they should run for just 2 years, and stuff like that. They should run the same 4 years. And if possible, it's something that their finances, they should have more administration than even the state and federal. Because so that they will have things to do. They'll be able to work for the people. About rushing to federal, you see everybody going to the federal. It is better we stay in local government where we'll be able to see so many things. Look at Kaduna State, Kaduna local government, Kaduna North. Yeah. When you come to Magazine here, there's a fast road there in between the Magazine institution and the secretariat. Yeah. The road there is appalling. In the eyes of the central area where the local government chairman is. So they don't have enough funds that they will be able to operate. So the earlier the better, I think the autonomy should be real. If not, honestly, this is what we'll just be having. Then for the security and this, look, I think especially let me take Kaduna as a case study. Yeah. So where you are saying, I think the other thing, this operation or something like that.
Yeah.
I think operation was expanded. As any governor just come, we should just expand that to all what we are having now, we will not be having it. Because at that time when McKenzie was the governor, we were able to have security posts at inside the interior of the majority of our where you have the security post. So in case of anything, they are there to rescue. So it's a matter of some of these governors will just come and abolish all that thing. I think that thing was just expanded, but now we will not be touching on this thing.
All right.
I just pray that I hope that at least we will get all these things right, so that the security of the thing will just be vanished. And I have not heard about my right to.
Don't worry, you will get the rights hopefully by upper week. Hopefully, I am in communication with him.
It's all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. All right. 0809-799-1989. 0809-799-1989 is the number to dial. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ground Zero. Hello. All right, I guess. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening, Mr. Ehis. I'm giving to your two guys over there.
Good evening.
Ibrahim calling from Kabaladuki.
All right, Ibrahim.
In fact, I'm so delighted at least being a pretend to visit or that you are by your students here, or no matter the number, I don't know of them too. They are talking and talking well compared to the rest I'm giving to them. And so, one thing I got is over. Am I communicating?
Yes, you are.
One thing I had so far is the place that I'm going giving to the government. That is too much because of the role of politics in the state. Well, some people are saying that we are not really doing this. So me, the political matter should also be looked into very well so that the government himself to help to monitor before the trade and this happening falling on him should be ascertained. That is just by the way. I want to see those votes as well. So that this is the only thing that we circulate or almost everyone that we say yes, we kill it and we like it and we touch it. That's not the way, but it's the one man that I really trust. The way he's going and the way Amara is going, he's going to do well. That yes, to be surpassed and where we are to stay into the class and the best government, one of the best government in Kaduna State. That is really where I really want to show my own point as well. You see, the issue of security is everybody's business. The community themselves that this security is ravaging in place. They should wake up and they should also protect one another. We need this to happen. If not, we will not going to get it right. The security personnel are not militias, we are not militias, they're people that we're able to bring out all those criminal elements and all those ones that don't want us to sleep, which are too much close. We know them, they know them, that we go to them and say, this is you, you are one of them. But by the time we start saying where is this security, every government should take it seriously. It's a serious matter of the day because any language, when you talk of local government autonomy, this is where I laugh most. Local government autonomy, I say that I will start to be corrected that local government autonomy, the local government themselves, the local government chairman themselves, you want to jeopardize it. Why did I say so? The reason is quite clear. Hello?
Yeah, we are listening.
The reason is that local government autonomy, the reason is quite clear is that some of the local government will not want to make it stand because of try to give them a little bit of it, but not to leave it to them to take that because if they think they are going to promise their stuff themselves. That is not what I don't say. But the government of Nigeria will get it right and the democracy will stand forever. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so very much. All right, 009-464-6206. We'll take this one call, then we'll talk about it. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ground Zero.
Hello, good evening, sir. Ehis and this at the studio.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Comrade Gabriel. I'm from Kaduna.
All right, Comrade Gabriel, let's have your take.
So on this local government autonomy, what I'm saying is that, in fact, even the national assembly, as far as I am concerned, they don't have any autonomy. It seems the change just going around. Why is the governors having more interest on how to control the local government? You can imagine even this palliative that is given to them 2 billion each. This one is supposed to have gone directly to the local government that is going to reach us. But up till now, if not this Musa Banaku is even helping us, nobody said anything about anything at all. So it's just very unfortunate. We don't know whether one day something is going to come to change this issue so that at least they are very close to local government more than even the state. So, and on the Kaduna State governor, I think he's doing his best because I think he's one of the governors that even reduced the school fees, though not to what people want, but at least he has done something. So we pray that he will continue like that. And even on this insecurity, he has the person who is coming out openly and make sure condemn, and probably with the employment of about 7,000 volunteers. I think it's something good that we're supposed to continue to appreciate him. So to me, sir, the National Assembly, the State Assembly is go through the executive. So are we going to continue like that? If it's like that, why another election for the local government? We're supposed to leave the local government election. Let them just nominate anybody like, and even the National Assembly, let anybody like. So I always say that one day we the masses are going to react to. If they didn't handle the whole issue well. Government people continue to place this radio so that I will continue to enlighten us on this program in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you so very much, Comrade Gabriel. We'll come back to the studio now and let's talk about some of these contributions.
All right. Like the man that spoke before, the textile man spoke. He said community security is every man's business, and the communities that are attacked should be accommodating and learn to forgive. The question is, who do you forgive? And who do you accommodate? That's just the question. Several peace meetings have been convoked, and the agreements have been reached. But nonetheless, the attacks have persisted to maintain the right.
Hello, good evening. You are our last caller this evening.
I would continue from Nasarawa.
All right, quickly, I will score.
You see, we are calling it with progressive democracy in Africa.
Wow.
The local government out to us is autonomy. We want to have that is part of the local government. At the federal level, the federal and right and the House of Representatives will not work. The president is upholding their right to work independently. If we got
addiction, it tends to beat my imagination. These are people that are trained in the act of warfare to kill and to exterminate opponents of the state. And when foreigners levy attack, when people come from Mali, Niger, Mauritania, and they attack your citizens, they have declared war on your persons. You don't need to beg them. You need to take actions to them. Americans do that.
Yeah.
Even what is his name? Putin. He when he view an attack on his state by they are terrorists. They are attacking, and many people will tell you, even the presidency, the former president with the government that left, will tell you that these people are not Nigerians. Then why are you condoning them? Why are you telling Nigerians to live with people that are coming to kill them? Exterminate them. You negotiate at a vantage position. Kill them. Take them out. If not, they will continue. They are killing in Benin, they are killing in South Africa, they are killing in Taraba, they are killing in Niger, they are killing in Zambia. Very close to even Niger, they are close to Abuja. If you don't think that one day they will feel free to go to
They want the same Abuja, not
then again, the issue of why I'm not even bothered about the palliative the man talked about. I should be asking Tinubu, how come you are telling somebody to share a bag of rice, 3 persons to share a bag of rice, when a senator is collecting more than 20 million? Why should you should be giving maybe 2 cartons of Indomie? That is not palliative. How many family? That is redistribution of the wealth, subsidization of education, startups and others that will move the people forward, not trying. After all, now the salary earners, their income is totally wiped out as a result of the pronouncement of the president from the one that no fuel subsidy. And then they allow the dollar to fall, free flow of dollar. So and our economy is dollarized. So any time the dollar rises, the naira falls,
Yeah.
and things